All right, tape is rolling. About a minute till live radio.
I haven't named my sheep yet.
Harry A. Ness.
Yeah, that's an old name. My sister is. God dang it. Let me think.
Oh, I guess I should get an intro in here, huh?
That's pretty far out.
All right, quiet on the set. Getting ready to roll
What?
the intro.
What did you say? What?
Smart ass.
Quiet. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And no other freaking better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
What?
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
What happened?
And
I lost you in Zoom.
I will say that this is the first time that I'm getting a red line for voice connected. Now it's green.
Yeah, I'm getting cutouts here.
Yeah, there's some
I think that was
there coming off of your side.
Yeah, I don't know what caused that, but yeah, it happens.
Yeah, shit happens. It's Taco Tuesday here on the show, and of course, for the record, today is Tuesday, February 7th, 2017. How's everybody doing out there today?
Nah, don't ask.
Nah, yeah.
Don't ask, don't tell, man.
Well, I will say that later this afternoon is going to be the post-mortem.
The hangout of the Avatar.
Yes. And there was a tweet sent out earlier this morning from the official account talking about crafting patterns. And before the show, I was actually speaking with Star because he was in-game. And I asked, and he's preparing the post for crafting patterns.
Algorithms.
Yeah. So we're gonna have some like really. I mean, I don't know what kind of crafting patterns they're gonna do or what they're going to be like, but I don't know. I mean, is it clothing?
Well, that would be actually that's got probably to do with the that came out with the bundles that you're going to be able to make X amount of a certain item when you get the pledge.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
I remember that.
They put that little
comment.
blurb in there, and of course, everybody forgets about it, but some of us have a little bit better memories than others.
Oh.
So there'll be ways to make specific clothing, and of course...
two musicians on the set.
Yep. Liz decided to sit down and grace us. She's been a little understudy of Scrota's, actually, learning music from Scrota.
Yeah.
Understudy, huh?
That's the way to do it. Yeah.
Apprentice Holly.
No, Apprentice List.
I don't know what you said. You were cut out of hell.
But anyway, so let's talk about patterns and stuff for a minute. Of course, or you want to just go right to all those huge release notes from the latest patch that we've got here?
Well, I mean, let's do it. I mean, we already started talking about crafting patterns, so might as well talk about crafting patterns.
Okie dokie. So, what did you find out about crafting patterns? Not much.
Well, like I sent out earlier before the show, you'll have to go find the link again due to what normally happens before the show. That the Shroud of the Avatar Twitter account sent out, did you know that crafting patterns are coming to the game in Release 39? And then they'll have more information about them in today's live stream. And Star also told me before the show, because he was in game and I asked him a couple questions. And he said that he's excited about crafting patterns. And then I also asked him about our discussion from yesterday. It makes you sad.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
We going to tell the boys and girls what this discussion was all about and what we gleamed out of it?
So
we gleamed that cheesy writing is still legal.
No, that's fine. Cheesy writing is fine.
Bannable offense.
But if you exploit the game, they're going to go after all of those resources that you collected and track them through a trade.
So
and
if you're
they're
dealing with unsavory people.
Yes, you might be losing all of those resources. I don't know if that means that if you do it you buy it off a vendor that you'll be able to get your money back or not.
Well, see again there. So there goes another interesting conundrum. Of course, we know the ability to track everything to its beginning and ending point is possible here, but at what point do you have to draw a line and say, again, how many vendors are in Owl's Head alone? Let's just take that as a base. What do we got? 70-something lots in Owl's Head, and probably 100+ vendors, easy. One town. So how do we know who's scrupulous, who's selling, who's not? How do we monitor that as a player?
They should have a tag over their head.
I don't know. Because you also have to remember that different people have different access to different vendors. So we end up with the exploration of this and it becomes really convoluted because what happens if I bought some wood scrap off of my buy vendor? I buy it, then I turn it into a teleport scroll after I turn it into pulp and everything else. And
there's another interesting scenario that neither one of us broached earlier, which was buy orders. You got a bunch of buy orders out there and somebody unscrupulously is doing something and they come along and they just start selling to your vendor. You had absolutely nothing to do with that transaction except putting a simple purchase order out.
Exactly. And it becomes it. But the hard part is, they have to find a way to get things and remove the benefit for people having a desire to actually exploit the game. And so they have to aggressively pursue that, and they have to do the best of their ability, which may or may not stomp on a few other people's that are innocent's toes. And that becomes a kind of grin and bear it kind of situation, and hopefully that you're not doing a lot of business with people that are exploiting the game.
Well, hopefully all the mechanics that are being put in place over time, and my understanding is there's been new mechanics added just recently, is really going to cut this down so that doesn't happen a whole lot. Now, if Chris is doing all the little things that I'm hearing, through the grapevine that he's been adding and doing, and I applaud him for, doing exactly what he's going after, is, using all these metrics and finding ways to close those loopholes, so that they don't have to actually sit there and monitor it themselves, as it may be. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's another whole topic in itself.
Yeah, so we're going to see a lot of changes, and we're going to see a lot of people
fast and
really
furious.
Fast and Furious changes,
Fast
and it's going to be
and
really
furious.
complicated. Yeah.
Now, just remember who brought that news to you folks first. Darkstar did when he wrote it in his post.
That's right. Darkstar did. Who misinterpreted it first?
That's right. We did. That's right. Us guys. That's right.
Yeah.
But yes, again, I always like to point that out. When Star says something's coming fast and furious, I expect it to be just that. And yeah, we're in for a ride over the next couple months, and as you see, patterns.
I
And
see
we
patterns,
walk
colors.
the pattern.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do I need the cards of amber?
Yes.
I need lots and lots of different things.
Yes. We need some sanity, but that's not going to help us.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
what you're
shouldn't
talking
that
about.
sheep have a middle name that should say Led Zepp?
Yeah.
No, not really. We have a monogamous relationship.
Okay. You haven't gotten to that plateau yet, huh?
Not monogamous.
You haven't taken
So,
you haven't taken her up to the cliff yet.
Boy.
Inspiration point. Yeah.
Moving right along.
There you go.
We do have to invite everybody to come hang out with us in Discord. Don't forget that just go to discord.me/NBNN, or if that's way too simple for you, you can do it the hard way. Go to nbnn.info, click on the Discord button, join us in channel. You are free to either just listen, you can say things, you can just read what happens in our chat while we're on the show.
That's right.
And you may or may not be able to figure out how to abuse the soundboard bot.
Now, don't forget,
Just like Led Zepp.
we're also in the Zoom room if you want to come in and
Yes.
see us in Zoom and video conference. We're also available there, just like that.
Thank you, Jack.
Yes. Well, we do hang out. We do invite everybody. Oh, man. Check out Julian's latest post. Don't forget Taco Tuesday, Torta Thursday.
Take that off.
That's pretty funny.
That's rough.
I love this flavor tastes like your soul. So this is stuff that actually does happen inside of
NS
Discord.
FW, folks. NS
Well,
FW.
It's borderline. I mean, there wasn't
Yeah,
any nudity
well,
there.
yeah, we like to
That's
be
just
a little-
borderline.
I don't think the boss would fire you if he saw that unless he
And,
was...
and don't forget that we never make it out of the green room because we're too lazy to make it to the live on air channel. So
That's right.
yeah. But we do have a hangout of the Avatar in a couple of hours. Did you want to talk about that and interpret our answers to some of these questions?
I didn't even.
Or
have
did
the
you want to do
questions.
patch notes?
I was ready to do patch notes just as a joke today because they really are.
Okay,
jokes.
so
yeah, it was,
long, extensive patch notes for today, and we do need to test this real quick to make sure it's not
Yes.
working, that it is working as intended. So build number 548 came out yesterday evening, 5:30 p.m., where it fixed the issue with players getting stuck in the water in Owl's Head. It's a swimming hole. I mean, were they turning into like?
It's not supposed
prunes?
to be swimming near the drainage ducts over by the sewers.
and you
man.
really
You
should.
get sucked
Yeah, you
in.
definitely don't. Yeah, don't swim near the sewers ever.
Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, exactly. Don't swallow any of the water. And they also fixed the /roll command not showing the same number for everyone. So
Did you
we-
not
we
get
can
my party
always-
invite?
well, I've got to click accept.
Oh, okay.
So
And those were the patch notes.
So-
short.
/roll.
/roll. I rolled a d20 today, and what number did I roll?
Of 8.
8, it says.
Eight is the right number.
All right, so
I won.
we have gambling.
Yes, so or loot distribution. I mean, however you want to call it. I mean, it is going to be there. So, and let's roll a d5 with a result of 3.
He's not even in the party though. That's cool.
Yeah, so it announces it for everyone, which is good.
Okay.
What's the D stand for? Do we really need that? D5?
Die.
Yes.
Die. It's how many sided is your die? Your die.
Yours is 20 sided. You have a 20 sided die. Holy shit!
I do.
I
got a 20-sided die sitting right here on the desk.
There's a 100 sided die. There you go. Deal with that.
There you go. There's a D666.
Get behind me, Jack.
Yeah. Okay, so let me know when you're ready for the post-mortem call and response, as it is, and interpretation
of. I need to get there.
I know.
Give me a moment. Come on.
While you're doing that, I'll go type out hi for everybody in Twitch.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Eagle.
Cut down, Laz. Hold that thing down.
Come on, Laz. I even pasted it in channel, didn't I?
Cut now.
Wasn't looking there.
Hi, everybody!
Where were you looking?
I was going to the postmortem and I was clicking on, click on replies, and I went down there to look on it, and I wasn't getting any questions. I wasn't getting anything when I was clicking on it. I don't know. I've been having.
We have to.
I couldn't
cut out the sound. What is the D for the soundboard?
See, I did it again.
Die.
Lies.
What is the D?
It's a die.
I don't know why I did that again.
D666.
Did you find it yet?
It keeps doing something weird. It keeps going back to.
Oh boy, operator error.
Yeah, give me a second.
I know. I mean, while you're working on that, I'll start asking questions. So BDF wants to know how does the historic goal of allowing players to make the best items in the game match up with the new artifact system? Are there plans to allow players to create similar items and abilities to integrate the goal into artifacts? Which is an excellent question, just because of previous comments by Star and the gang. Do you have any idea how they're going to answer that one?
I don't.
I think that they're going to end up, personally, that they're going to add some really special abilities that we're able to craft into things, but you're probably going to need an insane skill in order to...
The only thing that I've heard along such lines was that if you got to a certain skill, you would be able to imbue things with light later on. But again, really big.
Yeah, but that was earlier, before the artifacts even were thought of. So.
Right, but that in essence is being able to add things to almost anything when you get to that skill, or a wearable as it may be. Again, artifacts. Let's talk about the Sword of Behir. Let's talk about the other, artifact that we were supposed to get something on, and they decided not to because, then they would have to make it decay. How are they going to handle those situations? But anyway, I don't know yet.
Yeah, I still love my Sword of Behir. Best sword ever.
Yes.
But I'm of the opinion that means that they're going to actually have to enable the system to where you're able to embed various actual abilities into items that are similar to the artifacts that are created, which means that they need to do the positive, negative, and offset those to where it becomes something that isn't too OP.
Yeah, see, I don't think that that's going to happen. The idea of an artifact is just an artifact. Being able to modify that artifact, I just don't see
No.
it.
I'm not talking about modifying the artifacts. I'm talking about crafting your own version of an artifact. That's what BDF is also asking. Because allow players to create similar items and abilities to integrate the goal into artifacts. It doesn't. What he's saying, he's not saying that he wants to imbue an artifact.
That's
He's
the way
saying that
I'm
he
interpreting it.
He's saying that he wants the ability to create similar items.
Yeah, well, again. Yeah.
Because
When
remember,
he becomes an obsidian and he has that kind of power, then sure, we'll give him that power. When he gets his avatar cloak,
yeah.
then
So
he can
so
do
that tells me that sometime in the future, yes, and everybody's going to agree with me on you misinterpreting things. And then are there any long-term plans to prevent hoarding of resources? No.
No.
What are you talking about?
Hoarding is hoarding.
What kind of question is that?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well,
Yes.
what it's essentially doing is trying to control inflation and trying to make it harder to
So,
have
like,
rich
if a certain
players,
guild
poor
went
players,
out and
yeah.
started buying every kind of commodity and hoarding it, I don't know anybody who would do anything like that now.
No, there really should not be any kind of constraints on that anyways. I mean, it's going to happen regardless. I mean, most of my crafting materials that I have collected from hunting are still sitting inside of a chest.
Yes.
Hoarder. You heard
I
that.
know.
Thank goodness
I am a hoarder.
stacked items count as one item.
That's
The
correct.
house is going to catch on fire. You'll see.
Yeah, so then BDF's final question, as a PvP incentive, can you please consider making collected body part
Proper
have an
penis.
in-game effect on the person you're fighting? For example, if I'm fighting Atos and I have his hand in my inventory, could that give Atos a debuff to pickpocket me and to his melee skills? Skull would debuff mage skills, Jawbone would make a person weaker, etc. I can tell you exactly what Star's answer is going to be about that. Yes.
Really?
Yes,
Okay,
because the question is, can you consider making this?
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, I
no,
can-
yes,
yes.
I give you that. But I'm just looking at it. If he had Atos' hand, why would Atos get a buff to pickpocket him? I don't get that.
that's a little.
Well, what he's trying to say is, like, essentially, if you have someone's body part in your hand, they receive a debuff whenever you are trying to do something against them.
Okay.
That's what he's trying to say.
I see. Not always that clear.
Nah. Then Macinlos wants to know about the remote bank device and how can he set the permissions up so that way other people can access it but not move or take it. And I think that just means that he needs to work on his permissions for a
skills.
slot.
That's right.
Yeah.
Promotion skills.
And then also he has a question about the on what level are rare loots dropping? Is it only 5 skull areas, or is it some graduated scale based off of scene difficulty?
What I've seen, it's only 5 skulls so far.
But I mean, at the same time, that's a Chris answer.
Yes.
And then he has the request, which has been made many, 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 many times, for an in-game bulletin board like in UO. I say bounty board.
One of these days. One
Eventually.
of these days.
You know what? I would prefer that they worked on the in-game mail system prior to a bounty board.
I thought I saw something on that a while ago, just in the last couple weeks.
No, you didn't. Not from the devs.
I have to go back and look at that.
Yeah, it's been a couple of months for that I remember. Katrina Beckers has the same normal question about housing. I'm joking. What is the status of the translation
I can't find any
localization
place
project?
to live.
No. She wants to know about the translation localization project, and it's one where it's been temporarily put on hold. Unfortunately, they really should re-enable that as soon as they say that a quest or a dialogue is finalized.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason that they decided to put it on hold, because if they're going through and revising quest dialogue, that means that someone has to go revise the translation, localization dialogue.
Revise the revision.
Well, see,
exactly.
This is going to be a conundrum all the way down the line, because every time there's a patch that changes some little thing like that, the whole translation team's got to kick in to translate it into several different languages. How that's going to happen, I can understand putting it on hold.
It's got to learn English. That's all. So.
Then, blah, 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 blah. That's the same thing.
Roystein
wants to know, can we get a confirmation that brewery is coming this March? Brewing. Maybe.
Maybe not.
Read the stand-up corner. See if they're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Will the remote access device be available via the Kodo vendor?
No.
I actually see no reason why it shouldn't be. And then will they have the new POT template based on assets from Blood Bay? Maybe. Then Solazar wants to know, will the new themes we are seeing, like the Asiatic theme, would it be possible for pot owners to select default row houses that match the theme of their zone? That would be a nice request.
Mm-hmm.
And
cherry trees. Nice also.
And a tornado just hit the New Orleans area, and I hope that everybody is fine there.
Get inside, Laz. Get inside.
I'm not.
And then can they get some cherry trees to buy or even to grow? Assets. And then let's see. Aster wants to know, can you tell us in what scenarios magic movers will be usable? Voluntary moves between towns, evictions, POT wipes.
I can think of a half dozen reasons.
Yep.
I can think of seasonal reasons. You want to just change your house for the season. It's all decorated up. You go boom, put up the house. It's already decorated. Next season comes around, you change the house out. Or again, moving between towns. Very easy. Very simple answer.
Then there are still lots of clone scenes. Do you intend to unclone them all prior to commercial release? And how much uncloning work will minor non-story scenes get? That's actually a fantastic question, because I think what they're going to do is they're going to launch officially with as soon as the story is done, and then they will continue to unclone some of those cloned scenes. I think that's going to be their answer.
Well, at a point, they're no longer going to be clones, will they?
Well, that's the whole point. That's the...
Someone smack Led Zepp.
Yeah. Do we have that emote yet?
I need a head slap. A la Gibbs from NCIS. The new chat user interface is a great improvement. Is this still actively being iterated on, or is the current state what you expect it to stay besides minor changes? I'm going to go with it's still an iteration. And they're still working on it.
Yes.
Like everything.
Then Brown Coat Jason, love that guy. He's got a bunch of questions. The new artifacts are a lot of fun, and will be fun chase items for many players. Can we get some numbers on how many were collected so far, and what the most and least common are? Statistics. Yay.
I don't know if they'll release those numbers.
They might, just because it just becomes trivial and fun stuff.
Well, it becomes
Shogun
trivial,
bundles,
but yeah, okay. So we know that right now. So next week that number changes drastically, and the week later, what are we going to keep asking how many of these rare things have dropped every couple months? Come on, we got better things to do at that time.
People are going to keep on asking. The Shogun bundles look great. What is the next bundle theme you have planned? I think that you would need to read the book and figure out what are the different regions for the world.
Well, you're going to be preaching to the choir there. I think he's probably one of the first to have done that.
I knew. Because they've got lots of work. And I mean, I'd also like to see regional dialogues, conversations, and lots of work.
Yeah, he'd like to see us slow it down just a little bit more.
No. The new conversation window is a great step away from MMO-style chat logs and toward a more natural player narrative. What are the next steps for enhancing this?
I already know the answers to that.
In-game voice would be awesome.
What, from the vendors?
Oh, yeah. Where it's like you actually have to converse with the NPCs. That would be awesome.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. That would be a piece of work.
Oh, yeah, it would.
Somebody actually asked that question on Twitter, asking, there was a couple questions. I think Wrath Phoenix was one, or it was a violation.
Yeah.
One of those guys got into a conversation, and that window is a topic of a conversation as we speak down there, and they're working on variants. Sure.
Yeah, they're working on moving everything to the side, just moving it around and playing around with it. But yeah, and as far as the voice actual activation, that's one where that would require a dev team of substantially larger than.
Well, that would require that the simple POS computer user be able to do that, and that's not going to happen. Yeah, like Zep over here.
But can you imagine?
I could.
Computer games, 10 years, 10, 15 years, that will be a reality. Yeah. Lord Andernut says that he saw the Magic Movers referenced in Release 38 patch notes, and how close is that to reality? We'll probably have more information later today. POT roads and other tools, when? I want them. And will all paver types be supported? Yeah. I hate the fact that my Metro has 260 placeables.
Yeah, well, see, this is it. I don't, you guys are going crazy with these, and I saw one of my guild members do the same thing. You're using the pavers to try and make roads. Why don't you just use the roads that are already there?
Have you been to my Metropolis?
Yeah, it's a mess.
I'm gonna smack you next time I see you.
Smack him.
Yeah, I'm a beach island guy, you know. Do you give me a place like that, you know? Just
that, and Justin's gonna smack you as well. You called her town a mess.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. No, but at the same time, since I am using the Grasslands template and it is a Metropolis, you actually have to delineate roads of some sort. You can't all have beach housing in your island template, because that's not the only template that you have.
Well, see, I have 3 different templates, and where there are no roads, I place houses, and the houses go down and they create their own freaking visual, and you can see where you're going. Okay, you don't need to place a road. I mean, that's just me. Anyway,
because also go play around in the Grasslands template, run along the roads, and then realize that those roads aren't really roads. They're dirt tracks that don't go anywhere.
It's up to you to make them useful. Use your imagination. Anyway.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me, I'm telling you.
Carlin the Druid Archer wants to know, the beginner experience for those new to Soda is still not really up to standard. Is there going to be a lot more effort to make the experience from a new player's perspective feel fun? And I think that's where I wish Gix was here for the Fatui. Fatui. Oh, where's the Fatui sheep?
I don't know. Not here today.
Yeah.
That's it.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Killing me.
Yep. Arca EMP Strike wants to know, I think it'd be a cool idea if you all listed a few recent ideas and suggestions that you have implemented as a result of both positive and negative community feedback as a bit of an enticement. into the link between us and y'all that influences development. Yes. Why don't y'all have lesser potions available on merchants instead of regular potions? And he means recipes.
And you're getting called out, kiddo. The roads and row houses were not my doing, direct from the woman's mouth. It's a mess.
She laid out the... Shut your pie hole. Shut your pie hole.
I love this shit.
Damn you, Justin. Betraying me.
Moving right along.
So she did lay out a bunch of houses, but then I laid out some additional houses and roads because it is a metropolis and got to throw a lot of houses out there. Killing me, Justin. Merv DeGriff wants to know, will there be versions of Ignite weapons for other elements, and what is the intended function of Ignite weapon? Just applying a DOT, adding damage per hit.
Yeah.
It's a light source as well.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Really? Oh, boy.
I know. And then dyes for leather armors and paints dyes for chain and plate. Win.
Yeah. Low-hanging fruit.
Think, well, actually, I don't think it's as low-hanging as you think, because what they actually have to do is they have to go retouch all those armors and change them into things that can be dyed.
I understand
so they have
that,
to change
but
the artwork.
More, I don't know if it's really the artwork, more or less, or just saying the item is dyeable, but having to go back and touch all that. Yeah.
I think they actually have to go redo the artwork.
Yeah, if it's anything like
skins.
Yeah. Again, I know old.
What is the airspeed? What is the airspeed of
Swallow?
Yes, but
European.
African swallow?
European swallow.
Or European swallow?
I don't know. Okay, so yeah. Then Rufus
what
wants
is
to know,
the relative humidity?
Rufus wants to know is will there be a pass taken on the instruments in game to make them sound more like they ought to?
Please.
Yeah, Skirta has that same question, as well as everybody else that plays music. Bode Dierg wants to know, wants to second that. Smoker KGB wants to know, question, will recipe discovery be easier in the future? For example, I already know how to make an iron longsword, but I want to make a bronze longsword. Why do I need to buy an additional recipe when all I need to do is use bronze ingots instead of iron? And that leads me to the recipe discovery, because you know what, that was supposed to be something you're supposed to be able to discover and not have to buy those recipes. But SodaCraft, SodaCrafting.wiki, that kind of kills some things.
Well, again, they have the usefulness, but again, most of they've gone the wayside because of that. Now,
gold zinc.
I was in a conversation real quick the other day, and somebody said, "Well, those vendors, they don't have those vendors in Selenia anymore." And I'm like, "Are you shitting me?" And they're like, "No."
Well,
I said, "Well, I'm going to have a whole bunch of pissed off people because I've been sending people to Selenia left and right looking for recipes."
Well, what's really funny is, like, the other day I was catching flack in Noble's chat just because I asked someone if they knew where the Great Axe Head Blade recipe was, because it's not in Soultown, and they're like, "It's like, Jack, you should know. You live in Owl's Head." It's like, I looked, I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, what happened recently was, aside from the guys down there in Owl's Head near the trainer that just sell recipes, they've moved those and taken out the other NPCs like that and moved them to their respective NPC, as it may be. So now you have to start going to your weaponsmith and your other guys instead of looking for the recipe dealers. So they've increased your immersion, or not.
Yeah, we'll figure out something. Will gathering getting you any boost potion for larger quantities of gathered resources, similar to what combat is getting? How about when will trees actually be not the same model for harvestable trees.
There's potions for that.
The brown one? Get the brown one.
Skills for that.
Get the brown one.
Yeah, I want to kill live
There's
trees.
Equipment for that.
And when are we going to get more varieties of trees? Because actually need some oak trees.
We want those
some actual
special-
pine
Where apples
trees,
come from? Apple trees?
some actual maple trees, some actual trees
Want
that
those
aren't the
special
same model.
speed
Yeah.
trees
hemp,
from
hemp
last year.
trees?
Yes, and hemp should make the most amount of pulp, so that way we can turn that into paper as well.
That's right.
And it was
That's
free on Speed Tree. Why didn't they?
They got it.
And they probably did.
They've got
Amethyst is repeating the same question. Caladorn wants to know, will the deed raffles go until room rentals become available, or will they go right up to commercial release?
I believe they're going to go right up to commercial release.
And they're going to keep on dropping the number of deeds that are raffled because the market is completely saturated.
Now, I think that, again, there's still a lot of land out there, but we got a lot of people who own land who have not logged in yet. Lots and lots of people.
That and the first few raffles completely fucked everything.
Well,
When one person walks away in one raffle with over 80 deeds, it's fucked.
Yep, agreed.
And so
Damage is done.
Yeah.
though.
yeah, the damage was done that first raffle, and it's
first two.
completely fucked.
First set.
Yeah, the first two were completely fucked, but I was referencing the first one.
Yes.
Maybe that person will get banned with their deeds.
No, they won't.
Just hope.
No, I've been against the raffle since day one, and I will continue to be against the raffle because I think it's a
Amen, brother.
bad fucking idea.
Amen.
Star Lord wants to know, what are your plans for producer XP? Currently, you're only getting decent XP from gathering, which is mostly mining. Crafting gets you very little XP, and crafting XP should be greatly increased. Yes, crafting needs a ton of love. And then they'll say next month is what they're going to say, and then it's going to be pushed back. When, if any, will you add new resources like coal or wax? I would still like to have them on vendors, as a player market does not yet exist. In fact, I would like to see all resources on merchants. These native Britannians are supposed to work too. How about Black Pearl?
Well, again, that's one of those that we think, but I'm hearing interesting stories on the Black Pearl lately. You know, if you know where to hunt, you'll find NPCs that drop Black Pearl.
Yeah.
Wow,
The
there's a
mages.
resource.
Yeah.
We'll never find enough to be able to make scrolls off of without buying it. Let's put it that way. We already know that.
Yeah.
But
I can't farm enough Black Pearl in order to make more than 5
a
scrolls
living, that's
in a
right.
day. Yeah.
what about
how do you-
oyster farms? What about that?
How do you plan to include the casual new gamers? And then his family stopped because of the high grinding cost. There's no way to play just a little bit and have fun. I don't know if there's ever going to be an answer to that. Because
If you're a family,
depending
I would
on-
get the family together, go out, kill a bunch of stuff, collect and
Yeah.
pool your resources, and build yourself a mega empire. Come on, and make your
Exactly,
own fun.
yeah.
That's what the whole thing's about.
yes. And the answer, you're never going to be able to compete with the top end.
No, it's-
But at the same time, you're playing the game to have fun, and you'll always be able to.
Some people think that's fun, Jack. Getting experience, getting higher levels.
that's it. You know, some people think the grind is fun. Some people out there just for the challenge to see how quick and how fast they can get that grind done. Others, like myself, I'm in
People
no
just
rush.
want to dress themselves in dolls.
I
mean,
plan on being here a long time, so I'm in no rush. And I'm finding now that, again, I've been going out here over the weekends every once in a while. I'm getting some decent gains when I go out with parties and group up with people, and things seem to be nice, but I'm in no rush.
Yeah, I am also in no rush. I mean, I spend most of my time doing wood pulp, wood scrap. Although I am out of scrap,
And
I need
I'm
people
gonna
to sell me
quote
more.
this last comment. I'm with you on the pay versus road being crap. I hate them. End quote.
What? What? Yeah, you take that.
That's quoting Justin.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Throwbacks.
Oops.
Derail.
Is there any possibility of leaving the windows on our homes open instead of having to reopen them every time we zone out or relog? You know what? They should also be linked to time and things like that.
No, they should be linked to memory. If I open the window and
open
I
it,
leave
yeah.
the window open, should remain open. Period. So that
Yes.
every time I come home, my window is open. And if the window's closed, every time
What
I
is
come
it?
home, my window should
What
be
is it linked
closed.
to? Is it
I live in a
timer?
barn, so I
It
couldn't
seems
tell
to
you
be
where it's
logged
linked
into, enter and entering the scene. I don't know. I really don't play with it because every time I open them, the next time I come back, they're closed. So I've stopped bothering.
Somebody closed. Somebody
It's
closed it?
related to your instance in the zone. As you leave the zone, it resets the default state.
Well, it shouldn't.
If the zone is empty, I believe is when it does it.
No, it shouldn't. If you open the door, it should stay open.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Any possibility of ever being able to collect more than one bucket at a time?
Barrels.
Oh,
5
sure.
gallons.
Let's give
I
them an
know.
easier way to macro.
Yeah. And then can we have some kind of chat log that will allow us to leave messages for players that are offline? Hey, I want my in-game mail.
Mail.
There you go.
Mail.
I don't read my email as it is. You think I'm going to read that?
Yeah, let's go down. Let's get to Eagles after, go all the way down to Eagle, and then we're going to go ahead
Okay.
and move on here.
Avatar GG wants to know, when will the ladder animations be implemented? Maybe.
There isn't going to be ladder animations, as
Maybe.
far as I understand. We've got elevators, we've got moving mine carts that we've been told about, but my understanding is going up and down ladders I haven't heard of yet. What about you?
That's why I said maybe.
I don't see it.
Yeah. Eggle wants to know, can you get a confirmation on expert crafting stations to buy on the store? What?
Well, he's on stream. Let's see if he can...
That needs to be clarified.
That's a question.
When is Six Skulls Zones
Automation.
coming?
And when will six skull zones come in? I think that we're going to start seeing some of those a little bit in the near future. Although I think that's going to be more of the dungeons than anything else. Because I don't know whether or not you would still consider like the Rise and the Fall 5 skull dungeons or not.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would consider them
And when will-
way over that.
Yeah, will we see more different mobs in the future? I would love the fact if they could actually get the bestiary expanded, and Eggle has not responded.
No, I
Although
don't
it's-
see him there.
It's probably he'll probably sit there and say it needs to be Eagle.
Well, that's what I pronounce. He's land cricket, if you didn't know that.
Land cricket. Oh,
Yes. And
yeah.
Is,
Nuclear cricket.
yes.
Cricket.
And I want to assure you your stuff is on the way. I've even got a VAT invoice, and you should be seeing your items out there shortly.
Oh, yeah. So you're gonna send him some NBNN gear?
Oh, I already
Yes.
did. It's already on its way.
Yeah. And he's not responding to the
He is
answer
one of our
question.
biggest sponsors.
Yes.
All right, so moving right along, let's get into that time of the day, folks. And of course, that means that we got to give you today's events. And for the life of me, I don't know. Somebody better poke Barrick with a sharp stick and tell him that his calendar needs updating. He has access to that.
His calendar needs access?
I don't have access to the Portalarium calendar, sorry. I have access to everything else. I can't post on there calendar going, hey,
What?
there's an event
What?
coming up.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so Community Calendar is a Google Calendar, which means that it is actually an aggregate of a bunch of other calendars that are all public. Today, it is hosted on nbnn.info. Just click on there, click on the calendar button at the top, and you can access it. All times on the Community Calendar are Central Standard Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as New Britannia Time. Today is Tuesday, February 7th. As a reminder, if you're looking for VIP tickets for SodaCon, there are still a couple available.
What do you mean?
3.
3.
Couple.
And
Yeah, VIP tickets for the tour
Yes,
by
which
Lord
includes
British
a-
himself. That's right.
And those are gone as soon as they're gone. If you cannot make it to SodaCon Austin in October and you definitely want the cloak, you can always make a donation until those cloaks are exhausted. And early bird tickets are still ongoing for SodaCon Austin. Just go to sodaconaustin.org.
Didn't
Today
get
at
my last-
noon.
So,
You're going to get what?
I
Huh?
didn't get my last cloak. I didn't get my last cloak. Damn it.
Which one?
The one for the Halloween thing.
You mean the EVL meeting?
Slacking. I guess I got to contact him.
Oh, I have mine.
Yeah, my wife's got one, but I don't know.
Slacker.
Okay. Slacking. Okay, so today at noon, 3, 6, 9, around the clock, unless a diva takes over the airways. There are 2 idiots that don't know what they're doing, along with a
Count.
collection in Discord that have no clue how to do anything other than
Nothing.
unleash lots and lots of farts. A show called Lunch with Laz and Jack
Lunch.
on Radio Free Britannia, WRFB. Today at 2, you can always join Sean Silverfoot for the Paxlayer Town Manager Hour, where you can learn all about the Paxlayer community and the borough of town surrounding Paxlayer, which includes Lockbriar, Tinnakill, Dragon's Watch, Island of Wonders, Nowhere, Sea Nymph Grotto, or Serenity Isle. At 3 p.m., if you're interested in joining the EVL Euro Dungeon Crawl, you need to contact their Dungeon Master, Wintermute Offkoff, for more information. That's between 3 and 4 Central Standard Time. At 7 p.m., EVL is also having another dungeon run, and this time it's going to be hosted by Zenny. Both of those EVL hunting parties begin on the overworld map outside of Owl's Head. Make sure you're in multiplayer mode. So contact either Zenny or Wintermute Offkoff for more information. If you want to do a dungeon run of Chilblain's Compendium of Pain and Suffering, you can always contact the Jade Dragons under Malhari for more information. That's scheduled to run between 7 and 8. At 7 on WRFB.
WRFB.
Is the 70s at 7 featuring Laz.
Yay.
Yay. At 10 p.m. on Avatar's Radio, Temper Tantrum TVs is being hosted by Sealith Rain today. And the final event of the evening is going to be WRFB with The Record Room,
WRFB.
covering oldies but goodies from 1946 to 74. Yay!
That's right.
And that's our community calendar this February 7th in Shroud of the Avatar.
Shroud of the Avatar.
With the proper PB penis.
That's right. Yes, you got to bring your own bag lunch. I thought you were bringing lamb chops for lunch today. What happened? He couldn't bring
Who are you
himself
talking
do
to?
it. Bud Zep.
Grimace is asking for social services here in fucking Shroud.
Yes, I see
Christ.
Grimace out there as well. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, wait,
And,
hold on. I believe I've got some nuts in my inventory.
And Eagle,
Yeah,
Eagle
some butter.
replied.
Want some butter?
He's wanting to know about the plus 10 crafting stations. That's what I don't think we're going to see anything like that, but I do believe we're supposed to see craftable crafting stations in the future. Yes.
What?
Yeah, craftable crafting
Oxymoron.
stations were supposed to be coming in at some point in the near future. I know it was discussed a long time ago, but at the same time, I don't know what they're going to do about the usage of those and what happens when they break.
Yes. Don't know. Well, I'm sure they can
What do
make
you
them
mean break?
unbreakable.
What do you mean break?
Break as in break,
Like
no
after
longer
being
functioning.
used. That's right. Broken.
What? They're not
No
going to break,
longer
are they?
functions.
They're not going to break, are
Yeah,
they?
we don't know that.
Yeah,
we
they
haven't
should.
seen them yet.
Yeah.
If you beat on a board on a station long enough, shouldn't it break down? Is your
No.
workbench going to last forever, or do you have to replace it every once in a while?
Got a maintenance man. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. So you got to repair it. No, so upkeep. So time sink, gold sink. I love it, man. But meanwhile, we got to move right along. Of course, we are proud sponsors of SodaCon Austin 2017. And if you need any information on that, contact me, contact anybody on the list at sodaconaustin.org, and we'll get you the answers to any information you need about the event and upcoming happenings. And of course, we got to thank our sponsors today. And of course, we were waiting for the Shroud Marketplace to finish because I cut it off early. Yeah. Jack's going, "You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me."
Killing me. I'm already on number 2, man.
Yeah,
Already on number two.
Anyway, thanks to WRFB for being there for all the avatars out there. Thank you guys. Yay, me. You can catch our show in repeats throughout the day, as well as the DJs throughout the week. Wake Up New Britannia on the weekends and more. WRFB. Our newest sponsor, GrimeyTraders.com. Grimy Traders Auction House. You're tired of seeing PM me on the forums. You don't know if you got a real auction going on that you're bidding in. Go to GrimeyTraders.com. Start your own auction. It's free to sign up. It's free to list. It's free to sell. It's a buyer's premium. Our good friends over at the Auchenshire Markham Farms, official sponsors of us, NBNN. Got your wholesale cotton reagents, vegetable, ale, and more located at Dawn's Keep, just south of Central Brittany. And if you need it quick and you need it fast and you need it without grinding for it, go check them out in the marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com. Our good friends over at our home guild. The BMC wants you to go down to Market Road and check out all the vendors for all your crafting and material needs. It's located in the Quell region, just off the Exeter Mines for your crafting and mining convenience. Our friend Jacob White, yay! With SodaMap.com. SodaMap is truth, so says Lord British. And of course, introducing Soda Navigator, your in-game GPS for Shrouded Avatar. You'll never get lost using SodaMap, SodaMap.com. Our good friend Ben over at Relics by Rilled, RelicsByRilled.com for all your licensed Shrouded Avatar swag like these t-shirts, hats, not this hat, patches, yes, this patch, drinkware, coinage, and more. And of course, last but not, don't forget, you want to save a little money on that swag. Use the promo code NBNN when you check out. Save 10% as you check out at RelicsByRilled.com. And of course, last but not least, friends over at the Shroud Marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs. And of course, you'll find the latest in the, what is it, the... I wanted to go to the chemo fund and I blacked out. So I'll let you tell him.
I'm going to go straight to the chemo fund anyways, because don't forget, this is the final week of Doug's chemo relief GoFundMe. So it is going to end on Friday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're hoping to raise $25,000 for Doug, and so that way we can get everything set up. And don't forget, if you do donate to Doug's Chemo Relief Fund, if you donate $100, you will be given access to an exclusive auction of Doug's possessions. in game, and there's a list on the forums that includes his Lord of the Manor castle, the account, all kinds of things, all kinds of rares are available. And if you donate $25, you can get the extra special in-game cloak that is the glowing blue fur collar with the purple dye and the hands clasped. But on Shroud Marketplace, don't forget that you can also bid on the extra special items related from the various developer collections. You can bid for Gix's Little Secret collection, which includes a pair of his panties. Or you can go with the Darkstar collection with lots of obsidian gear, as well as a couple of pine bows, as well as the Lord British collection. Lots and lots of different swords available for that, as well as some obsidian gear. There is a lot of information. There's over 20 items in this auction, actually 19 items available for auction. All of the proceeds are going to be given directly to Doug at the conclusion of the auction. But if you're looking for a place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related, you can go to shroudmarketplace.com. And if you want to register as a vendor and sell your stuff, just click on the register button, then click on vendor registration, and you can start adding your items to Shroud Marketplace. And that means it is time now for us to thank the most important people around here. And thank you guys for watching out on Twitch. Thank you for watching out on YouTube, and thank you for hanging out in Discord or listening on Radio Free Britannia.
WRFP. That's right. Thank you guys for joining us every day here. We appreciate you guys, and we love you folks. Don't forget, if you want to support us and throw a couple coins our way, you can go to Patreon. And we are offering Patreon rewards now. So you can get everything from the bumper sticker to the coffee mugs to the hats to the T-shirts. And we're going to be adding more. I'm thinking about tossing out some jackets and hoodies maybe as rewards for big donators. But that's all in the works. We got digital Discord rewards. We've got, of course, live audio streams of all our past shows this year available to you out there, and more. So we thank you for all your support and for backing us. And we love you guys. We love this shit. And, of course, with that, we will be back with more tomorrow. But meanwhile, we're going to get out of here and wrap it up for today. I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Stay tuned for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy, wild happenings, the latest goings on here in Shroud of the Avatar. And we'll be back with you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all then.
Bye.
I love you.
Music's been terrible.
Are you blaming it on the ice bagpipes?
It's the sound. It's not our problem.
Oh, it's all your fault.